What is up, you guys? Today, as promised, I'm going to be doing a video about the finished boat that I was finally able to complete. It's really sick. It's a nice little 12-footer that I put together. If you guys haven't seen the second to last video, kind of goes over the process of how I started to get the boat. I got this boat back in June, mid-June-ish or early June. I finished it about mid-July, so it took a while, but it's all kind of all done. There's still some things that I want to add on to the boat to help it be even like a better, sicker boat. But overall, it's pretty much done. We fished on it about 4 times now. Haven't had really any other problems with it. Just some few flaws that we're gonna have to work out, but that's kind of just like every other project boat. There's always gonna be something. But overall, it's really sick. I'm gonna show you guys pretty much like the entire boat. We're gonna start from the front, and then we're gonna go to the back, and I'm gonna show you guys the process of how we did things. Maybe go through like the details of like the wood that we used or anything like that, if you guys are wondering on how to maybe make your own John boat to bass boat. So let's get right into the video today. First things first, this is the trolling motor that I got. Now, inside the garage, I have a 24-volt trolling motor, but I thought it was going to be a little bit too big for the boat overall. It's going to be 2 batteries up in the front and the heavy trolling motor, so I said, screw it, I'll just find a cheaper 12-volt. I got this thing for $100. Really nice deal. The motor was pretty much like never used, maybe had a few hours on it, but it looks really good. It works really well. It's super clean. So I got pretty much a good steal on it, and so far it moves this boat pretty well. And I believe it's only like a 46-volt or 46-pound thrust, so it moves it really well. So far it's worked really well. Now the stand that you guys see here, it's made out of like 3 pieces of wood that I drilled into, and then I just put carpet layering over it, just so it has like a bit cleaner of a look. I think it looks pretty good actually. Just it kind of elevates the trolling motor, because before it used to be down here and I had to get something to elevate it. It works out really well. It doesn't move at all, anything like that. Just freaking firm. But yeah, I think that was a cool little add-on that I did. That was like the last thing that we put on was the trolling motor, which wasn't too big of a hassle. But yeah, so it's pretty much just that for the trolling motor in the very front. It's a motor guide, 46-pound thrust, which I'm pretty proud of that this thing has not fallen off the boat yet. So the next thing that I put down were like these little hook hangers that I got from Home Depot. They were pretty cheap, and that I wanted to use like to strap down the rod, to strap down the trolling motor pedal so they don't go flying away. Works really well. Just a bungee cord goes across it, hooks it, and they just drill into the plywood that is used up here on the front. It's held the rods really well, and as well as the trolling motor. So the wires that go to the foot pedal, we just drilled like a small little hole for them to go down into underneath this thing. Inside you have this one first door / hatch. Now the hatch opens up just like that, and the wires just come down through this way, and then they connect to the battery right here. It's just a quick, simple battery up here in the front. As well as in the front, we got like extra tools if we need them. Got my trusty bait knocker. Also got some lights to use whenever we go out. Fire extinguisher, stuff like that. So this is kind of just like a bunch of random gear, not really fishing related, but boat related. So that's pretty much what's in that first front door. It snaps pretty okay. It doesn't fly out if we're driving the boat or driving just like the truck. This hasn't opened up or anything yet, so pretty good. And then the straps, literally just made out of some carpet strips, something really quickly. Got a nail through it, and that's pretty much the first door here. Put some hinges on there that we got from Walmart, really cheap. To this second door, you kind of have to move the trolley, push it out a bit, and then you can get into it. You're stuck there. Now inside of this compartment, we just kind of store the fishing tackle, or just some extra line. Please release me. Just like pretty much all the fishing tackle goes into this back storage. Easy access. Works out really nicely. Just went out today. Had 2 backpacks in here, and then the camera gear all fit in here really well. So the compartments are kind of big. They're all sturdy. They don't budge. They don't crack or anything like that. So those are pretty much the 2 door hinges. They weren't too bad to get on, but overall the job is kind of easy. I mean, just drill in the door hinges, cut them out, draw like where you want to cut them out. They're not even really even, actually, to be honest with you, but it works out. And then with this one, we tried to do the strap. It just didn't work out. So we got like a piece of rope and then used like the underside as like a knot. And then we just made some supports as well. And it's pretty much just like a very simple job that we put together. I didn't really care on if it was clean looking. I just wanted something that worked and was efficient. And that's pretty much what we got here. Now, what we used for like the top layer was just 3/8" plywood that I just got from Home Depot. It's maybe like 20 bucks, so it's really cheap. Got it cut, measured it out, kind of knew the distance from like the width, drew a trace, cut it down. I know some dudes will do cardboard. I just wanted to get it like over with and done, so we traced it, cut it, recut it a couple of different times, and now it fits in there nice and snug. And then down below for like the support on the front, we just used some 2x6s that were like maybe $9 each, and I only got like 3 of them. So not a whole lot of wood. It's not like super heavy by any means at all, but it's definitely like sturdy enough, it's strong enough, it doesn't crack, it doesn't bend, anything like that. It feels really, really solid and sturdy, which I really, really wanted. Fits on there really nice. We drilled in a couple screws to keep of course the plywood down, and it's not a whole lot of screws, so if I want to replace the carpet or if I want to replace the plywood, I can easily just undo it and then you're good to go from there. So overall, this is what took pretty much the majority of the time, was the deck, the supports, drilling it in, stapling it in, getting the carpet right, just a whole lot of cutting. But overall, I'm very, very, very happy and satisfied on how it turned out. Again, it's not super clean by any means, but it works and it's efficient. Now this was the most exciting part, getting the actual outboard for the boat. I was looking around and I really wanted like a 15, and luckily I was able to find this one at a pretty good deal. This motor was only ran maybe 10 hours, 20 hours maximum. It's super clean under the hood. It's really, really solid. And like we started to, like the dude didn't use it that much. So when we first used it, it kind of took a while, but like now it's like first pull and it starts right up. And it's super, super solid. It's a 15 horsepower motor, 4-stroke. This thing absolutely moves this boat. Honestly, it moves it too well. And like that's one of the bigger problems. Like when I'm moving with this boat and I go maybe like half speed, water likes to come up and like it gets here in the back. To me, it's not that big of a deal. I'll be getting like a bilge pump to bilge out the water, but it sprays everywhere, it goes everywhere. So honestly, of course, this motor was not made for this boat at all. Like it's only recommended for like a 3.5, but my ass just said screw that. I'm gonna get a big motor so I can move quickly. And this thing does push this thing like really, really well. It does weigh it down, so this thing only sits maybe a few inches off the water, honestly. But as long as you're taking it nice and smooth or anything like that, you won't have waves come over the boat, which was the biggest thing to me. It came with a 3-gallon gas tank, and like this thing doesn't burn gas at all. I filled this thing up, and it still has a lot of gas from today's expedition. We probably ran a few miles with it. So overall, I'm super stoked on the motor. It runs really, really well. Pretty much on like the newer side. Everything like from the accessories, from like the battery to the trolling motor to the motor, is on the newer side. I wanted newer I wanted newer items, honestly, and like the trailer, the tires, the motor, everything's on the newer side, so I don't have to constantly keep, replacing or fixing it, for a while at least. So I'm gonna hopefully run this thing into the ground, or into the water, I should say. It's been awesome to us so far. The past 4 trips, runs like a champ. Cannot wait to actually catch some fish in this boat. Only fish we caught in this boat so far has been some spotted bay bass that we caught in San Diego. Double freshwater skunk chips on largemouth, but hey, that's kind of bass fishing. But super stoked on the boat overall. If you guys have any other questions about the boat, just let me know. Very simple build, honestly. Just if you have the tools, you can honestly get it done within like a month. Honestly, straight flat. If you put in the time and the work, you can probably get it done even quicker. But of course, you want to have everything prepared. You want everything to be done right the first time. You don't want to rush it. I took my time on buying like the motors. I took my time on preparing like the wood so it doesn't get rotted really quickly. Just took my time on it all. Very happy with the results, and I'm super stoked to finally catch some big bass out of it. So stay tuned for hopefully some fun adventures in this boat. Hopefully should be traveling more with this boat. Super lightweight, so my truck can handle it really well. Got a smaller grade truck. This thing moves it really, really well, unlike the last bass boat that I used to tow. So it's gonna be really fun using this boat in the near future, guys. If you guys have any other questions about the whole project or this and that, just let me know down in the comment section below. And that's the boat. I am super stoked on it. I still have a few things to add. Like I would like to add a graph. I gotta add the bilge pump. I gotta get like another battery. I don't think I'm gonna do a live well. This thing's already weighted down a lot from the motor, as well as the trolling motor and the battery already up in the front. So might not do a live well type deal, but who knows? Who honestly knows? But that's pretty much it for the boat. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys have any other questions, leave them down in the description below, of course. And as always, go out there, guys, and chase your dreams.